I'm going to do this video on what's called the most important of divisional charts, the D9 or the Navamsa. Now, this is not a light subject, so there are probably going to be many upcoming videos about this, but I just wanted to touch on it because this is very important for marriage and your path in life, basically. And this is a chart which gives you a really, because sometimes you see a chart and you think, oh my gosh, they are very, the chart is quite sort of challenging, it's quite weak. And then you look at it in the D9 and you kind of like think, oh, actually, they are not really what you think. They're quite strong and they will literally take control of their life because the planets are not as weak as you think. And so I wanted to kind of like discuss the D9 in that way because it is definitely a very, very important chart. It shows the true strength of your planets. It shows the fruits of your planet. It kind of confirms also your yogas, your good sort of like wealth giving and success giving your yogas in your natal chart. If they repeat again in this, so obviously they're quite strong as well. And it also shows that in partnerships and relationships how you are, and because obviously a big part of our life is being with other people, working with others, and how the society as a whole, the world sees you. So we will discuss this at length, and you will notice that actually some people have the same lagna or ascendant in both, so they're quite kind of carved out people, really. So they kind of know what they want in life, and they are out to, they kind of know themselves, if you like. Sometimes ascendants change and you can become stronger with the D9, and sometimes they don't. But this is what I wanted to discuss with you because when I was studying astrology, Vedic astrology, I was absolutely terrified to begin with because I think I just wanted to only just pick at the good things in life. I wasn't really interested in all the sort of difficulties and hardships and everything else. And clearly, life is like that. It's like ups and downs of life are just normal. And so you have to embrace the good and the bad in life, the ups and the downs, because ultimately you are like somebody had put in a video, like a raw kind of like diamond, and life is there to your sort of karmas are there to actually you carve a proper diamond out of this rock, and that's what you're doing in life. So, and again, I always go back to the fact that, this is what I want this channel to be about, because to get the support, hopefully, that you need. So when I get time, I will always try to respond. But obviously, I can see why now some astrologers always say, when people say, I've got this and this in blah, blah sign, and they don't want to, because that really doesn't mean anything. So, I have answered, but going forward, it might be a little bit difficult to answer those questions because you have a chart and everything is relevant. All your subcharts are important. All the sort of strength of planets, the Ashtaka Varga, the dashas, all of those are important. And also, obviously, this is D9, we can see so much. You can see how you are in a relationship and how your partner is to you as well. So it's basically what you're looking for in a relationship. And so you want to kind of always think that, okay, so this is what I want in life. What am I prepared to do in order to have what I want as well? So you want to go into relationships always quite intelligently, because I got married when I was really, really young and I didn't have a clue. I didn't know myself at all. So that's what sometimes for some people the first marriage or relationship can be difficult, but it's a learning curve. So you want to make sure that you learn from that and don't make the same mistake in the subsequent relationships, and go into them in a wiser way. So this is the sort of things I look at as well when I do synastry as well, because obviously it's no good just looking at the two natal charts, because people change and evolve, and you can see certain parts of that evolvement by looking at the D9 and see how they go. So these are some of the things I wanted to, because this is like an introduction video, so I always look at the planets to see what planets, what dignity they are in the D9. So if planets are either stronger in own house, friend sign, or exaltation signs in the D9, then I'll look at that. I also look and see, say for example, if a planet was in, say Mars was in Aries in the D1 in your natal chart, where does it go in relation to that in the D9? So if it goes into Pisces, it goes 12 from itself. So that's a bit problematic, isn't it? Because it kind of like it's going backwards. So I look at that as well. I don't just look and see what houses they are, but I want to know how they progress. And I always like to know if they go 5 or 9 from where, places from where they are in the natal chart, because that's a really nice progression. I think Kendras as well, if you're going to Kendra from themselves as well, that's pretty good as well. I would probably look at that though in terms of synastry, but if it's just a reading for yourself, yeah, I would definitely look at those. And I think it's always good to work on weaker planets. So if, for example, if you have a debilitated planet in both, say it'll be like Vargotama, if you like, a situation is in the same position in the D1 as it is in D9. So it hasn't moved, but if it's moved for the better, that's probably better, isn't it? If it's moved into a better sort of like house in the D9. So we want to look at all these things, all these situations for that as well. And it's always good if they go into better dignity as well. Planets which are debilitated in the D9, they really need to be worked on. And those are the things that I want to sort of like, because I want to really like help people remedy things properly, we all have difficult situations, so yeah, let's do that together, and we work on those things, so that. And I've got a fixed ascendant sign, so for me, I like to think I'm very progressive, but actually I'm not. I haven't been, and I really have to work hard at kind of like changing my habits. But then now I do them, and I listen to people more, and I read and try to put things in action, because for me, particularly, when you're when you got a fixed ascendant, it's really difficult for them to actually see that there is like what they're doing is not right. So yeah, we're going to progress. So we will touch on those as well, and we look at things like, obviously, your ascendant in D9 is yourself, and the 7th house in the D9 is your partner. So you want to see like what aspects they have, which house they go into. So obviously, if the ascendant goes into a nice house, which is like a trinal house or an angle house, that's really good, because it means that the person has a purpose in life, because at the end of the day, this is your path, this divisional chart. This is your path, and so you want it to be strong. So trines and angles are always going to be good, particularly if that house is friendly to your ascendant, or that planet owns it as well, so, and it has good aspects to it. And obviously, if the ascendant is debilitated or in a difficult Dushtana house, which Dushtana houses are 6th, 8th and 12th, then, you know, in a relationship, they can have losses, they can be lost in that relationship, they can incur diseases or deaths in that as well. So we want to look at those things as well. Sometimes that can actually, a marriage can create wonderful sort of wealth for both of you, a wonderful family. As a union of the two families is very harmonious, which is really lovely. Sometimes they can actually have very artistic endeavors together. They can literally, the couple can get together and create a really happy sort of, they travel, they go on days out, they go to the cinema, they go to the theatre. And this is the things I want to tell you as well, because what is in those charts does not define you, but how your mind works and how your program does. So this is my message to you. None of those really define you. You can create your own reality, and you can work on those weaknesses and sort of either embrace them if that's what you want to, you know, why not? But if you want to work on them, I'm here to help you with that. So let's see each other on the next video on the Navamsa, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.